Yeah, first time I think 2 days ago I heard about it that it can happen. So since that I'm so happy and then just unbelievable moment again in my career. So I'm really happy to coming back to Kansas City. Yeah, see you guys and the Peter and almost half of the team is the same I think. So I was excited to came here, but I am ready to jump in and show again my qualities.
Why do you think it was that, you had such a successful year here and you were such a good fit for the way that these guys play?
Say again, please.
Just such a good fit for this system. Why do you think you had some of your best success here in 2015?
I think that's the idea how Peter wants to play, and this organization is just fits on my style, and I really can. Azonosulni vele az, hogy van.
For him, the biggest thing is that there's a synergy with not only the way he plays, but I think the relationship and the understanding of where he comes from too in Hungary.
Speaking of that, talk about that Hungarian connection and how excited are you to come in and play with Daniel Shalaway now too?
I remember when I when I was here first time, he was in the youth.
Yeah.
So I think I show him first time the changing room in the stadium. So it's now I can play with him. It's a great thing, and I saw he's doing really well. So I'm happy for him, and I hope we have some time on the field and we score some goals.
Have you talked with him at all since you've come back with Daniel?
Yes, I talked with him actually today.
Did he say anything? Share his excitement with you? What did he tell you when you saw him?
We don't have that much time, but for sure he's also excited. But yeah, we have time to talk later about it.
Christian, Peter said that he thinks you really fit naturally as a number 9. You wear the number 9. You didn't get to play that position a lot in 2015 when you were here.
Yes.
What do you think about the idea that you might get to play in that position a little bit more this time?
That's a good chance for me to show, because when I grew up I was number 9, and then since that I learned all the position in the front. So actually, if I play on the left or right or in the front, probably I can bring the level. But my best qualities for sure I can bring it in the number 9 position. So I'm happy if Peter think about that and try me there.
What do you think of this facility? Did this surprise you when you got here? This wasn't here when you were here last time.
Yeah, I feel like a small kid and I want to try everything and meet with everybody and try all the new things. So it's unbelievable, and I've been in Swope, so it's a big change, of course, for me, and it's good to how this club is growing and make this happen.
I told him the only way we'd bring him back is by building a new facility. So now that we did it, it was time to bring him back.
Peter, how do you see Christian fitting in, especially with the new attacking pieces that you have now and the greater depth you have on the attack as opposed to 2015?
Yeah, listen. I've always said this from the very beginning. When I saw Christian the first time, it was like 2008, and he was playing as a number 9 at that point. I've always known that he was a number 9. Unfortunately, when we brought him to the team, the way we were set up, the best place at that time was for him to play on the left, coming inside on the right, more as like a second forward. But there's no doubt in my mind that his best position is a number 9, and it's the place that we've been seeking to add someone of high quality. He is that, no doubt in my mind, and so. He's going to get his chance, but I think there's no doubt that his quality will add so much to our team in so many ways. And so it was really a simple decision to do this. It probably took time, but I don't think it was a lack of effort by any means. And so I'm always a big believer that things happen at the right time, and I do believe that this is the right time. And I think for so many different reasons, it's a great reset button, a great second chance for all of us, and very, very excited about it.
You mentioned before it's not about just getting any striker; it's about getting the right striker. What is it about Christian's game that makes him such a great fit?
Yeah, I mean, I probably it'll probably be a long answer because the qualities are all very of a very high nature, meaning that plays very well with his back to the goal. He's a player that you can play through in the build-up. He's a player that can has great movement off the ball and especially into the channels, which not all forwards like to do. At the same time, he can. When I say he can play through him, he can give a final pass. At the same time, he can make great movement into the box to score on a first-time ball, and he can also create his own chance on goal as well. Very few forwards can do all of those things. He has that. If you remember the goal that he scored against Portland when he was here in 15, to be able to create that goal on your own, that's not just something that you're lucky at. You have that quality to do it. And then he scored another goal. If I remember correctly, it was at home against, I think it was like San Jose or somebody. It was a first-time shot. The ball got served, I think, by Chance Myers, and he hits a first-time ball. Those usually strikers can only do one or the other. And the same thing, either you're a player that you just are around the box and you can't play through that player, but he can do all of those things. And so then the other piece is that he's also played at the club. So when you have all of that and you add it all up together, it gives him a very fast acclimation period from my perspective. And then also it gives him a really good chance, the fact that he's been in the league, he understands the climate we play in, the travel, all of that, and he knows the opponents. All of those things are very, very favorable to getting on the and get informed really quickly.
When he left, I guess it was maybe February of 2016, did you expect that he might be back here at some point?
I mean, honestly, I will say I always thought that he would come back to the league. What I didn't know is that if we would have the ability to get him. And, I think most of you may know or may not, when we were doing the Dom Dwyer trade, we tried really hard to get Christian as a part of a three-way deal in that. It kind of fell through. And since then, we've reached out to New England, and we've been trying. It's been a little bit of a, patience to get it. But, again, I think the timing is great.
Christian, what about you? I mean, do you have any regrets about the way that ended here in 2016?
What I think about that?
No,
Or?
let me answer. You can. I know the answer to this question, right? Because we've talked. And it's really simple. I think that we both agree that at the time what had transpired was very good for him and was very good for the club. At the same time, we also feel that coming back to this, this relationship again between him coming here and us wanting him to come here is exactly the right time as well. And it's the best for both worlds. And we had this discussion this morning when he first came in, is that, my biggest thing was I wanted to make sure, as well as I'm sure he did, to make, to be assured that we're on the same page and we understood the past. And as far as that's concerned, I think we both agree that it was the right thing. And at the time, and now we're at a perfect place because, and I'll let him speak to this, but he can tell of his experiences and where he feels that he's at now, and you probably can speak to that.
Yeah, for sure. That time it hurts because I love to be here and I love the fans and I love the club and I think both part works really well, but that year makes like come offers to the club and in the end, it's both parts can be happy after that what happened. But of course, in the end, it hurts because you left somewhere, you left the place where you like to be and wanna be, but you have to go because that's how works football and things like that. But what Peter said, it was a good experience. This 2 years was a good learning process for me and take that experience and coming back here is the best scenario.
Yep.
What can happen now, and I'm really positive and motivated to be here and do the same thing what I did before.
What's your fitness level like right now?
To be honest, in New England we work really hard, So the fitness level, I think is pretty good. Of course, I lose some game minutes, so that's have to be coming back. So, but the fitness level is good. I think I'm in shape.
How quickly do you anticipate him being available? I mean, is he available to play this weekend?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that he's. I think I said this actually this morning with you. I think that he's, from everything that I can tell, I think he's fit. I think, game fitness is always game fitness, but he's been training every day. He's been doing all that. He's come into games here and there. So I'm very confident that he'll be available for selection this weekend for sure.
Peter, I want to go back to what you said about the right time, coming at the right time, and how you're a firm believer in that. Obviously, the last couple of weeks and even last month or two has been a struggle for the team. So how does the addition of Christian now going forward on this last leg of the season, what kind of resurgence does that give these guys?
Well, I probably have to answer the question two different ways, right? So, from a quality perspective and getting a number 9, that part, to help the team based on having so many injuries and all the other things that we've had here in the short, short last couple of weeks to a month. Obviously, that helps immensely, right? It helps the team in so many different ways. And again, bringing his type of quality to the team is also really important. The other thing that I was talking about timing-wise is that, and it's what the earlier question was, is that, this happened with Roger Espinoza as well. Roger had some other ambitions, and I'm very respectful of those ambitions of players and staff members for that matter. And so I think it's very important at times sometimes when a person has ambitions, you have to help them go achieve them. But that doesn't mean that you won't necessarily ever come back again to each other and somehow meet on, your paths won't meet again. And so for me, the timing of it is great because we were looking for that position. Believe me, he's always been, on our radar. And you're always trying to see if you can create a great opportunity for both parties, because what you don't want is that if either party doesn't want to do it, it's not a match, right? And I just had a very good feeling that first off, from a quality perspective, I had no problem. It was making sure that this is also something that he would want to do, and there's no doubt in my mind it is. And so that's where I mean from a timing aspect, it really worked out. I think he said it a second ago, and I would agree. Having an experience away sometimes too, also makes you think about what's important to you. And I'm sure that he was able to go and achieve some of his ambitions that he went and did. And at the same time, also maybe has realized that this is also a place that now for him in his career he wants to be. And frankly, look, we really want him to be here. So it works out great in that regard. And I also think that, look, the teammates that are here that were here when he left, they value not only him as a person, but also as a player on the field, and they realize that he brings quality. And look, all the guys in the locker room at the end of the day are also in this business because they want to be successful, and he can help us do that.
How do you see the front three dynamic working with him plugged into that central spot? Because Kyrie is a very different player, and that's kind of where you've experienced your better success for the year. But how do you see that group kind of working together?
We have a it hasn't changed, right? We have 4 core values in this club, and the first one is always a team is always first. And so I believe that we have really good quality in those front positions, and he just takes it to another level. Christian does. And so it's hard to say that, hey, this is what it's going to be. But I just know the imagination that he has as a player on the field, and that he can back it up through the technical aspect. Like, he can actually do what his mind is thinking on the field. And so it's just going to add to the other quality players that we have up there. And again, I think he's going to give us a much different look than maybe what we have had. And it's not a disrespectful statement to some of the other players that we have, because they have qualities as well that can help the team. But at the end, you know, there's a reason why you need more than 11 players on your roster. But make no mistake about it, the qualities that he brings are going to be different than we currently have. And I think, you know, once that familiarity gets understood between the current players we have, I think you're going to see some very special moments on the field from our club.
Christian, Peter mentioned that Sporting has been looking for a striker for a little while, but also they're on pace this year to set a single-season club record for most goals scored in a season. So what's it like for you as a striker to come into a situation where the team's already doing very well offensively, but there's still room for improvement?
Yeah, it's give me motivation. It's clear, like it's we have more players in the front. It's more fight for the position, and this brings out more from the players. So I'm ready for that, and I know it's my position is not 100%. I'm gonna start every game, but I wanna when I am on the field, I wanna show everything what I have and give everything for the club and for the team. So I think it's good for the team. I came in and fight for that position and make the players better, and in the end we're gonna make some success.
You were kind of a fan favorite here in your year in 2015. Peter mentioned your spectacular goal in Portland. The fans really fell in love with you. Have you received messages of support on social media, or have you seen the excitement from fans with your return?
Yes, and thanks for them, because since I'm left, every time I get messages and I keep in touch with them sometimes. So they are really nice with me, and I try to give them back on the field, I hope.
Christian, when you came back to MLS, was there a little bit of hope that you could maybe land back here?
It was always when I left. To be honest, it was always in my mind, and yeah, it was like that. But I know it is difficult because the system was bringing it. It's not like easy to. When I came here, like I have direct connection with Peter, so I try to also to be fair. Or I don't know how to say that. Like
follow the system.
Follow the system, and that's happened. That's why it's happened. I go to New England. I don't have really make decision to that time where I can go. So, but that year when I've been there, it was also a good experience. What I said before. So, I think also it's the right time when I came here, and to be here again, it's unbelievable for me.
The time that you were away and overseas and then even back here, how have you changed as a player? Have you grown? Have you learned something new?
Yes, but this experience where it's coming back all the time. But when you play different systems, different coach, they expect different things from you. So I think that's also helped for me. But in the end, this system, I think, the best for me, and brings me out my qualities and all the good things what I have. Of course, when you play in different coaches, they want other style sometimes from you, and that's why it's not working sometimes. But I think this is the place for me to be good again.